YouTube family. Got Cena with me today. We're looking at a place in Dunedin. I will put all the information here so you can just watch the video. You can skip. A lot of people complain about how much I talk. I'm sorry. I'm doing my best to communicate with you what I believe is important. So hopefully I do a good job today. Anyways, I got home that I've always reached out to directly. A lot of the sellers in the community, they reach out to me. They know that I have buyers, and it's important if you're working with, you're thinking about selling a home in St. Pete, Dunedin, Largo, Clearwater, Pinellas County, you want to work with somebody who's got buyers, right? So I was called about a home. It's an 1100, 2-bedroom, 1-bath, and always I'm looking to make it a 3-2. So I'm thinking about an addition. This is the Dunedin downtown area, and it's mixed. So I got some nice historic homes. I don't know if you can see over there, but we've seen prices going anywhere between $450K for the house that I need, all the way up to $570,000. And these are actually properties that sold within the last 3 months. So that's what I'm looking for, right? So this is the neighborhood, this is the community. I believe that is a high school. So, the price on this one, the seller wants to sell it for $350,000. Can we make that happen? I do not know, but we will try our best, because, like I said, the exact same home, once it's finished, once it's remodeled, could go for up to $550,000, maybe even a little bit more than that. And that's based on what we saw back in the day. Now there's a very nicely upgraded home, so I'll be curious about how much they bought that for, how much it's going for right now. But one of the important things that I'm here to look at is to see if anything's sticking out. What I mean by that is, I want to see if there's any bats in the neighborhood, anything that I should be aware of. So another cool thing about this house is that it's on a paved road. So it's got this old school look to it, you can see the neighborhood is nice. We're very close to downtown Dunedin, and it's an up and coming area for sure. It's been a really, really nice area. So one of these houses was 1,000, maybe 1,100 square foot, and it sold for $570,000. That's where I get really curious. So this is another one, 512. I'm gonna go ahead and get home and just plug these in and see how much they're selling for, or how much people pay for these houses. But I'm telling you, most of the houses I see here were bought as, and they were upgraded, or they were torn down and rebuilt. Reason why is because it's such a good area. There are some houses past Union Street that are not gonna have as good comps. The reason why is because that is not Dunedin, that is Clearwater, city of Clearwater, so it's a different city. And truth be told, over there it starts to get really rough with homelessness, as well as Scientology church that took over the city. So those are the kind of things that we're trying to stay away from. I got a guy over there with a big old camera making a video. So again, I'm just trying to find out what's going on here. I turned the wrong way here because I just want to take a look at this one right here. I'm about to meet with the home seller, but yeah, this is pretty golden. I'm starting to notice that there are some very nice houses in this neighborhood, very nice houses, and I don't think there will be an issue with somebody offering the house once it's done for $550. So imagine we're coming in at $350, selling at $550. That's a $200,000 difference. How much money do we need to get there? There will be fees. There will be loan origination fees if you're using a loan. There's gonna be real estate fees, title fees, insurance fees, mortgage fees. So these are all things that we want to keep in mind. But here's the photography that's going on right now. It looks like this house is about to go on the market. So thank you so much. Is it going on the market?
It is going on the market.
How much?
I think 1.3. No, I think 1.1 something. I'm not the realtor with the photographer, but she's inside. You want to talk to her?
No, I don't want to take her time. 1.3, that's a nice number.
Ask her what the price is again. I love your dog. Beautiful.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I love the house. You guys doing the photography?
The house is nice. It's lovely inside. Very nice.
1.199.
Thank you, sir.
There you go.
Appreciate it.
She's gonna sell it to you.
I'm a real estate agent.
Oh, you're.
She doesn't need to sell it to me. Appreciate it.
You should call us for your photos.
Thank you. Alrighty guys, so 1.2 million, and look at this. I'm telling you folks, this is a unicorn of a house, and I think that I'm going to have to get to work on this one, because there's a lot of profit to be made here. And again, it sold for $570. The house that sold for $570 was a 2 bedrooms at 1,100 square foot. So imagine once you turn that into a actual bigger home, you know, a 1,200 square foot. So the ocean, the water is right there. That's the Dunedin Bay. And this is where, you know, maybe if you look at the houses here on this road, they're not going to look as good as far as numbers, because it's a more busier road. It's not a paved street like the other ones that we just drove through. So those are the things that you want to keep in mind. So we're gonna go ahead and turn back here into this neighborhood, and I think Richmond, one of this is the street that I'm looking for. So let me go ahead and turn my camera off and come back to you guys in just a moment after I meet with the homeowner and I start the video. But I'm telling you, I am actually very excited about this place. Wow. All right. Alrighty, sir. So entrance through the back. We're gonna go in from the back. Okay.
Well, they do a tour now.
Okay.
Use one when she doesn't want to come to the door. She's in the shower. So who knows?
Sounds good. Let's start with the exterior. So important things that we're looking for is no foundation cracks. We got some here over here. Might be from installing that. All right. Back here. So you bought this in 1994, you said?
Yeah, I guess so.
A long while ago.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Just like how I like them.
And that's the neighbor over there. That's about the same size. It's more fixed up.
Nice.
And it was just rented recently. It's either 2,400 or 2,500. I can't remember which.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you letting me know. That definitely worked throughout. We're gonna have to get rid of some trees for sure. So some tree trimming will go into the budget.
The power company is going to come along
And do some of it. Okay.
right along the property line. They said sometime
Okay.
soon. Yeah.
All right. Looks bigger than 1,100.
Yeah.
All right. So.
I did get a quote for doing the rest of this tree that's overhanging.
Mm-hmm.
They said 1,100 would sound too much. That's the broken condenser compressor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or, you know, maybe it's just a fan, but maybe it's something else.
Just pointing out stuff that we're gonna need to repair and fix or rehab. That's all. Probably get rid of all this, but I'm gonna bang on this stuff real quick.
Sure.
This seems like solid wall. So.
Yeah, I'll show you on the north east corners where there's a crack.
So we got, okay, this is like a slab. Probably we won't be able to use this for building, but we could go from here. All right, I'm good with this backyard.
So your plan is let's build this way?
Who knows?
Okay.
Who knows? We got to look inside and see what we're playing with. But nice neighborhood.
It is a nice neighborhood.
Nice neighborhood. The neighbor here has a big house with a big pool. That's good. It's a good thing.
New construction. Just built 2
I
years
figured. Well, I've seen a lot of people, they just buy the lot and just fix it, you know, replace, just put a new building on it.
Right, new one twice as big.
But it's hard to tell the people that are buying here, people don't usually sell their houses. People just,
If you go out this way, turn right there at that light, and about the third house on the right down here is where they bought the place for 300, tore it down, and building another one.
oh yeah. We just went over there just a moment ago.
And then here's where, let's see, I guess you can't see it.
You got a tree here. Driveway enough for 2 cars. Okay, so you said you got a crack on this
There's
side?
a crack right sort of below the air conditioner there.
Okay.
The wall there.
Well, let me just take a quick peek here.
Stick it up there, maybe you can get it.
All right, so soffit has to go. All of this is gonna have to be redone. I mean, it's gonna be an intense rehab for sure. Yeah, the filtrate,
Turn the valve and put some chemicals in.
water softener. Gotcha. So right now, folks, this is the only thing that I need to be concerned about is this settlement right here. As you can see, there's also separation up here. So I have my GC take a look at. I'll have to have my GC look at this just to make sure, because I saw it's a little shifted outwards. The brick is kind of pulling out. And just that, but yeah, that's about it. Okay, that was rather interesting. I show up, I see a car with no tag. It's been stolen. I don't know what's going on, but this is why sometimes, you know, this is the old school market, the old school rental market, long-term leases, and you get Sometimes you get good and you get bad tenants. And currently we had a tenant that did not want to allow him to show the house. We spent 20 minutes talking in front door and we still couldn't get to see the house. So, but as you know, I just took off, and here's the $1.2 million that's going up on the market recently. So this is obviously a brand new build. Looks like maybe 2,000 square foot living space, maybe up to 1,500. We'll go ahead and pull the numbers here in just a minute. And using those, I mean, just give you an idea, right? Just gives you an idea of what you're looking at. I mean, here's more houses coming up that are very, very nice. Right here on 414. So anyways, I do think that there's a lot of value on that place. As you notice, everything has to be done. Roof, soffit, I mean everything. The exterior, landscaping, new fencing, absolutely everything has to be redone. We couldn't look inside, so I'm assuming it's at least 100 to 150K to do the expansion. Also include the expansion, roughly about 140,000 to get everything done. But here's why this location is so important. There is a huge rental market right here for the people that are coming to watch the baseball games. I mean, just look at how much traffic there is right here on this street. So more than showing you the house, I think this video is going to show you the community, the area, and why it's so important for us to know what is going on around this house, because these are the amenities that actually maintain the price even during a recession or a change of market or something goes wrong with the economy. These are the houses that are still going to be valuable. When people call me and they say, you know, the market, you know, real estate market crashed and prices are going down, I tell you where exactly are you talking? You can't even say the Florida market or the Clearwater market. Clearwater has specific sub-markets. Dunedin has specific sub-markets that are going to make your pricing so much different. If you're by the Clearwater downtown, unfortunately, the Scientology church has made it almost impossible for those houses to maintain their pricing. They went up with COVID, but the pricing didn't stick around because there's nothing to hang on to, if that makes sense. What do I believe people hang on to? Either amenities like that are irreplaceable, right? Like the Toronto Blue Jays, or a place of business where people find jobs. Right? A place of business where people find jobs. Dunedin downtown is that way. You can watch my videos on it. I'm not gonna get into that mess right now. As you can see, it's very hard to drive through it. It's a 73-degree weather while it's snowing all over the United States. So there's so many people staying here, booking last-minute reservations. I'm going to finish this video here, reach out to some investors, and let's see who gets this unicorn. I mean, this is really a nice home. Here's another one being built. Look at the houses here. I mean, this is one of a kind deal that comes to my table. So if you want to get more like this, make sure that you like, that you subscribe my channel, that you reach out if you have any questions, whatever it is, I'm here to help you. God bless you, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.